Did you know that 60% of businesses that lose their data shut down within 6 months? Whether it's a power surge, a cyber attack, or a simple human error, disasters can strike at any moment. But what if you could protect your data and recover quickly? In this video, we'll show you the best disaster prevention and recovery methods, from backups and UPS systems to cloud storage and account recovery. Ready to safeguard your business? Let's dive in. Disaster prevention and restoration methods. In this course, we'll look at the basics of disaster prevention and recovery methods in an IT infrastructure. We'll cover the methods used to protect data and avoid loss when catastrophic events occur. Backup and recovery. We'll start with the backup and restore procedures. As an IT support technician, one of your tasks is to help the company's users protect and secure data. And this is done with the help of well-known and reliable backup procedures. When things go wrong, your role as a technician is to implement data restoration procedures to get the application's users are up and running as quickly as possible. Indeed, the term disaster prevention is a bit misleading, as there is no 100% guaranteed way to prevent a disaster. On most operating systems, there are several ways to back up system images. This backup data can be found on different media backups stored in the cloud, backups made using a backup service, backups to a network-attached storage NAS system. For each method, there are 3 levels of data backups. In first, the system image level, which makes a copy of an entire disk, including the operating system, also known as full or instant backup. It can be used to restore a failed computer if something goes wrong. In second, we have file-level backup. It is simply a copy of files such as documents, reports, images, videos, on a different medium than those from which they originated. And finally, critical application backup, which is a backup of the applications needed to restore the business after a disaster. In order to quickly restore these applications after a disaster, it is necessary to keep the installation files that may be on CD, USB flash drive, or installation file, as well as the licenses and identifiers. These applications probably work with databases that must also be backed up. It should be kept in mind that backing up data involves a choice between cost, effort, ease of implementation, and the risk of loss associated with that data. Backup test. Now, let's move on to the backup test. Backup testing is the testing of technicians' ability to restore a system after a disaster in a controlled environment. You should complete restoration simulation exercises so that you are ready when these skills are needed most. Indeed, you can easily invest a lot of time, money, and energy to perform daily backups. But if in the event of a disaster, you fail to recover files or restore systems successfully, it defeats your investment. It is therefore advisable to implement data recovery exercise strategies on a regular basis. Uninterruptible power supplies, UPS. Let's now look at how to protect the power supply of an IT system in the event of power outages or fluctuations. Computer devices need adequate and regular electricity for their continuous operation. It is therefore important to provide a backup power system in case of a power cut. This is where UPS come in. An inverter is indeed an electrical device that provides backup power to a computer when the power source fails. It should be noted that an inverter differs from an auxiliary or backup power system in that it does not generate electricity on its own. With its battery, it provides near instantaneous protection against input power interruptions for a relative amount of time. UPS run time is usually short, but enough to start a backup power source or properly shut down equipment. A UPS is typically used to protect computer hardware, such as computers, servers, network equipment, A power outage could cause severe service interruptions or data loss. Companies must secure electronic components as well as possible with an inverter. This includes personal computers, network equipment, etc. For example, each server must run on its own UPS to protect the valuable contents of the disks. Surge protector. This time, let's skip the protection of devices against power surges. Electric companies provide alternating current to businesses and homes, and sometimes, this alternating current can vary because of changes in the electrical distribution network or because of bad weather. It can therefore suffer from dips, drops, or surges. These power surges can cause fires, so it is advisable to protect the connected appliances. That's the role of the surge protector. A surge protector is a device designed to protect electrical devices against voltage peaks in alternating current circuits. If there is a power surge or spike, a surge protector simply cuts the circuit and the device loses power. Cloud storage versus local storage. Let's see the difference between cloud backup storage and local storage this time. Let's start with local storage. Local storage is the process of backing up workstation data to an external drive, such as a hard drive, USB flash drive, or storage server on a local network. In this case, you don't need the internet to access the backups, only a connection to local storage media. However, local storage has several disadvantages that can be listed. Data only accessible on the company's website, risk of losing all data in the event of a disaster, significant initial investments, servers, storage, networking. Let's take a look at cloud storage this time. Cloud storage is a computer data storage model in which digital data is stored and managed by a provider. The services are usually tailored and available immediately. Indeed, cloud storage is gradually replacing local backups. Cloud backups are available everywhere. As long as you are connected to the internet and have access rights to the service, you can access this data. There are several cloud storage service providers available today. We can mention the most popular ones such as Amazon Drive, Google Drive, OneDrive, Windows, Apple iCloud. To have cloud storage space, all you have to do is take a subscription package from a provider and you can access your backups anywhere in the world. It should be noted that cloud storage also has disadvantages. These include the risk of cyberattacks if data is not well protected, risk of mishandling of data by a service provider, legal constraints related to data storage if the hosting center is located abroad, account recovery options. Now, let's move on to the last point, which is account recovery. Account recovery provides you with options to recover an old password or reset the account with a temporary password. What do you do when you can't remember a username or password? Usually, there are different ways to recover an account, such as submit an email address associated with an account on a login page, and then send a password recovery link via email. Technical support can help you reset an account with a temporary password that must be entered when logging in. Answer secret questions with the answers provided during account setup. Have a system administrator use the Windows Active Directory administrative tools to recover user accounts. In the case of a domain environment, the domain administrator will manage all password or account recovery settings. On Microsoft OS, it is possible to create a password recovery disk. This allows the account to be recovered if you forget your password.